them sparkles on your eyes right now? Yeah. Getting ready for the day?
Yeah.
Who you gonna go see? You going on a date?
Yeah.
Yeah, you going on a date?
It happened to be a day when your brother was home from school. At that time, he was going to nursing school. And I went upstairs and I woke him up and I said, you need to come downstairs. I can't get your grandma to wake up. And he came down and he started trying to, like, get a response from her. And then at a certain point, he just looked at me and he said, Mom, I don't know. You've got to call 911.
As you know, my grandma is in the hospital. She was in a coma, and I am very far from home. So there is that constant fear of, like, what if something happens before I get home? 2012, I was on tour with my friend Mike Falzone. We were on our last show of the tour, and I got a phone call from my brother. I don't remember much about the phone call, but I know that he was calling to tell me that my grandma had fallen into a diabetic coma. I went home expecting a funeral. I didn't think that she was gonna make it through the week. My family's hopeful and they're like very much like pushing her to fight and things like that, but I don't have a good feeling. And then I think it was on Easter she woke up. Like Jesus. It's very biblical. She woke up and we went from the process of getting her from a hospital to a nursing home, and then getting her from our nursing home back to our home.
Finally, after a couple weeks, one day she just opened her eyes and started talking. Like the bonus 2 years of her coming home and me getting to tell her that I loved her every day and showing her that I loved her. She knew where her and I stood, and that I kind of got to say the things I needed to say to her. After she came home from the nursing home, you had done a couple videos, and I remember her watching that video and kind of like at the end of it, like crying. She was so upset that you were so upset, trying to explain to her, Mom, it's a good upset. It's special that you can even see this video and see how much you mean to her. I think it really hit her at that point that she realized how loved she was by you and Chris, and what an impact that she had on your lives.
My brother came out to visit me for the first time from Michigan. We went to Disneyland. My mom let him know that my grandma had passed away, and he didn't tell me the entire time that we were at Disney. I'm sitting there like riding Dumbo and like eating churros and having a great time.
I called him and realized that you guys weren't at home. I kind of tried to tell him, this is what's going on, but you can't let your sister know. You got to make sure you guys get home. You kind of gotta let her know.
So we get home, my mom calls me, and I'm like, why is Mom calling me at 1 a.m.? And I just looked at my brother, and I knew why she was calling me at 1 a.m. I tweeted out, 2 weeks ago I lost the most important person in my life. I refuse to let anyone insult, belittle, or abuse her work, i.e. me. And my friends Brett and Ray printed that out and then sent me a message saying, Megan, we know April has the potential to be a rough month. Losing someone is never easy, especially when that person was so extraordinary. We're thankful your grandma Margaret had such an impact on you because you continue to have such an impact on everyone else. I don't read that too often, but I like to have it there. I used to go through it a lot more after her death, and now it's been a few years. I don't go through it as often, but I have this bag, and it kind of still smells like her. Ooh, it's like a dead grandmother haul. I have to joke so I don't cry, and so that when I cry, you remember that I'm great. Oh, this was from her funeral. In loving memory of Margaret Murphy. Look at that bad bench. A Valentine's Day card that she sent me. February 1st, 2012. It's a warm day, temperatures at 55 degrees, no snow. The little we got melted. Hope you are okay. Saw on TV some parts of New York is snowed in. I don't live in New York. I've never lived in New York. She's cute. I'll write again soon or call, drop me a card now and again. Love to you and Margot. This is a birthday granddaughter card. And then what's interesting about this is I actually took the love from this card and I got that tattooed. Well, clearly we have an entire Margaret tattoo. This is soap. I have soap that my grandma got at a hotel years ago. Like I probably wasn't even born. And I'm never going to use this soap. I don't know why. It's not like it particularly smells like her, but I have it because it was hers. It's so interesting. You keep all of these things that, you know, they're not necessarily important things. It's not anything that's valuable to anyone except for me, but it's just like little things that remind me of her. The year after her death, on the day of her death, I knew it was coming up. I could feel that it was coming up. I was really upset. I was having a hard time. And I thought to myself, what would Margaret want me to do? And I just imagined like, okay, I'm gonna spend this day with Margaret. Instead of sitting in my room and crying, I'm gonna celebrate her life. I'm gonna imagine almost that I'm spending it with her, doing things that I know she would wanna do if she were still here. I still get postcards from places when I go. And so yeah, I have like a little collection of things. It's so weird. I have like a collection of things that I wanna give her. Hello. When we were on tour, I was getting all these postcards and things for her, and I just took my time not sending them out because I was like, when I get back all the time to send them, and I didn't. I started using the hashtag A Day for Margaret and just chronicling everything that I was doing as I was doing it throughout the day. And what I noticed was other people started sharing what they were doing throughout the day and hashtagging it. It was such an amazing feeling to know that there were people that I don't really know around the world that were taking a little minute to think about someone that they don't personally know, but that really influenced me and really affected me and made me who I am, and they were giving some love and respect to her. People are watching that and saying, hey, I lost someone, and this year on this anniversary, I'm gonna do a day for so-and-so, and taking the tradition on and creating their own day, which I think is more than I ever expected. It was really just something that I kind of did selfishly for me, and now all of these people and their families are incorporating it in a way so that they feel less alone on these really lonely days. This past year, I went to Hawaii. It's just a place I've always wanted to go. I thought it was a place that she would really have loved, and I booked a flight probably 3 days before I was supposed to and didn't tell anyone where I was going, got in a flight, showed up in Maui. I loved her, and she deserves all of the days. If I could give her every day would be a day for Margaret.
I think about her all the time. I think you were a big joy in her life.
If you knew that she was listening, what would you tell her now?
If you're listening, Mom, I love you.
I was alone on the same road I've always known.